Something very weird happened this morning, and I wanted to share it with you. Welcome to Florida. I'm Mark. This is the Average Me channel. And you know, I'm always touting the wonderful things about living here in Southwest Florida. Coming down from Wisconsin to Florida was fantastic. Today, there is a winter storm going on in Wisconsin. I'm so happy to be here. Things are so good down here. You know, we have wonderful weather, the beaches, the culture, the food. I was just at a citrus grove a few days ago. But every now and then, something weird happens, and I guess I can't hide it from you. Things aren't perfect, close to it. But one of the things people ask about a lot are the bugs and the lizards and the alligators. And quite frankly, the alligators, they're not a problem for me. I like the alligators. The neighborhood alligators are fun to watch. The bugs are not really a problem. We have an exterminator guy that comes and sprays the outside of our house, and they fly back and forth really low, like 200 feet. They do something for mosquito repellent, but we really don't have a big problem with mosquitoes here either. Lizards. Well, lizards, I think, are really kind of neat. They're fun to watch. Every now and then they get into the lanai, and I have to scurry them out. But I don't think we've ever had one in the house in the 2 years I've been here. Today, my wife was working outside, and she came in and said, "Oh, this stupid hose, the hose just stopped working." And I said, "Wait a minute, what do you mean the hose stopped working?" Because if a hose stops working, the hose is not a hose. That means it could be a water problem. And she said, "Well, the faucet's still working. The hose is filled up, but I can't get any water out." I thought, well, something is plugging up the nozzle. Let me go out and take a look at it. So I went outside, and sure enough, you know, the water was going through the hose fine. I took off the nozzle, and I couldn't quite figure this out. So I opened it up, and I got a little piece of wire, a wire coat hanger, and I was poking a little bit, and there was something jammed up in there. I was trying to clear out the hose. There was a lizard in the nozzle of the hose. I have no idea how a lizard got into the hose. The only thing I can think of is the hose was unhooked. The lizard, for some reason, crawled in. We hooked it up, turned on the water, and he shot through the thing into the nozzle. Unfortunately, you know, he was a tiny little lizard. He was only this big. Of course, he didn't survive the journey. But what a weird thing. You know, add that with, if you look about a year ago, maybe not quite that long ago, when a frog ended up in our toilet. And yeah, every now and then, there are problems with the amphibians. So, okay, you're probably wondering, now I did a whole story on that. I might as well share it with you. How did a frog get in the toilet? It was a big frog. The only thing I can think about, we have the Cuban tree frogs. They're an invasive species. They don't really do any harm, but they climb up trees, they climb up walls. At the beginning of the rainy season, they get all over the windows, and you know, the windows get kind of slimy. So they're a little irritating there. But what I think happened is one of those climbed up on the roof, somehow got down into the vent stack pipe. And from there, he crawled into the side pipe, into the toilet. We came home from a short 4-day vacation. I heard my wife scream. She had opened up the toilet, and there was this frog in there. I went in there, and I tried to get the frog, and he jumped out about 7 feet into the bathroom. So, yeah, weird things sometimes happen in Florida. I'm not even going to talk about the 12-foot Burmese python that ended up on a boat in a lady's shower. So I hope you enjoyed this little discussion about some of the less than pleasant things about Southwest Florida. I find them all kind of amusing. They're not that big of an issue, but we have to talk about the good with the bad, right? So as always, I encourage you to like and share the videos. Leave your comments down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe by clicking my face in the corner. Don't forget to ring that bell icon. It's up there somewhere. That way you'll know when I post new videos. Thanks again, I'm Mark, and this is the Average Me channel.